Good morning from the Allsmith. I'm out here enjoying a good cup of coffee, like a boss. Um, so this channel is going to involve a lot of things. A lot of it might be just me sitting here talking. Um, I've been realizing that to make a video, you just got to kind of make it. Um, One of the themes that keeps coming up when I'm thinking about what I could write about or make a video or a blog about. It's a bunch of random stuff, but one of the biggest things that I talk to my customers and my friends about lately uh, is depression in people. And for background, I am not a depressed person. I never have been. I know what depression feels like. Um, I don't think I would ever be, clinically depressed. I just don't think that's a thing for me. But I see it in a lot of other people, and I've seen it, since I was in high school. And depression is getting worse and worse in younger people. Even like younger people get to the point of committing suicide, and I find it unfortunate, but there's an underlying cause for everything. um, for the people that know me, you obviously know I grew up in Indiana. I now live in Colorado, but one of the things about Indiana, I think one of the bigger things, like even my dad had kind of taught me inadvertently, was he loved the country. He did not like the city. And it's funny because I lived most of my life in the city, or what you would consider the city. But growing up, I kind of learned to not like the city. I actually liked it less and less as I got older. Um, and I pushed more of a country style, I guess. It's a small town where I live at, so it's kind of like feel back of Indiana. But um, if I would not have moved to Colorado, I think that I may have possibly ended up in a depression. Um, Not to say that I wouldn't have pulled myself out of it, because I feel like I would have. But coming out to Colorado actually helped me not become depressed. A big part of that was because of, one, work. Even in school, I didn't really do all that great. I know I could have. I had potential to do really good in school, but I chose not to. And, a lot of people may look down upon that. I don't know about today. People don't really care as much about school today, but I think school's one of those things that's important. But anyway, aside school, its location and work and environment, the people around you. I think all of diet, everything that is involved in your life has to do with, or it can very easily bring about depression or anxiety, stress. Um, I feel like that's why I see most people smoking cigarettes or, going into drugs, alcohol, that sort of stuff. Here, I'm going to let my dog in real quick. But depression is becoming one of those things that people, I believe, need to really start thinking about and understanding. And, suicide's a real thing, just like death. And I don't think that we should look at it as such a dark thing anymore. It is. It's a very dark thing, but we need to be able to understand it and accept it and realize why depression, anxiety, and stress is all becoming a part of people's everyday lives. I know for me, actually getting away from people helped tremendously with my stress and anxiety. It's not to say that I don't like being around people. I love being around people and I love communication, but even that communication is becoming a lost art, just like the lost trades, which is what I would like to get into. But I think if you really sit down and think about what is truly causing your depression, you obviously start answering your own questions. You realize what is causing it, and then from that point, you are no longer ignorant, and then you can start taking the steps to better yourself in your life. One step at a time, right? But you have to make that decision. Nobody else can make that for you. That's just like somebody deciding to take their own life. They're going to do it no matter what anybody else thinks. And again, being somebody that doesn't have depression, I still feel for those people because I see it around me. I understand what causes a lot of the depression in people. I actually feel like I can see it almost like an open book. Does that mean I have the answers? No. But at least I recognize it. But I think a lot of it has to do with our mental health. I know being close, when I was living in Indiana, being close to Indianapolis, that had an effect on me to a certain degree, being close to an inner city. And, people can't really choose sometimes where they live. I was lucky, kind of lucky. I mean, I made the decision to move out here, but I was lucky in how I got here. I almost wasn't able to stay out here. But, it's being able to push through those things and being able to, be confident and competent in yourself to be able to accomplish a task that you want to carry out. That's what I believe is what gets rid of, the depression. There's a lot of aspects in your life, so it's not just as simple as, changing yourself and expecting results right away. It takes a lot of time, years, to change your life. But the thing with work, the reason why I think work is one of the bigger things is because when I look around, and part of the reason why it's hard for me to keep a full-time job is because I don't, when I'm in a full-time job, any job that's ever been, I just don't feel like I'm accomplishing as much as what I could be. It's so monotonous. Any job is extremely easy to me, and that may sound funny because the people that worked with me probably didn't think that, but it's, what are you doing? What are you contributing? And that's a serious question, even if you are, I'm not dogging anybody for their jobs, but what are you contributing to the world? When you think of an office job, I don't know, just a simple example, you go and work for Twitter. What the fuck are you doing? You're managing social media. You're managing people's fake lives. I don't know. You don't see anybody's true face when you go on Twitter, I'll tell you that. You may, there's few people. Any of my social media, I try to be myself. I'm not trying to be anybody else. I'm not trying to look better than what I am. It's just what's happening. It's what's reality at the moment. But yeah, what are you doing? Is it working? Is it helping people? Is it helping yourself? Is it, we have to think of these questions, and some people are afraid to because they don't want to be looked down upon, and they also don't want to feel like they're doing bad. They don't want to feel incompetent, but that's how most people are today. Even if they're trying to be something, or trying to do something good, sometimes it just doesn't happen. But I feel like a lot more people are depressed even just about their jobs, their everyday lives, just because of what they're doing. You don't feel like you're accomplishing anything. And I think that us working for money, spending 40 hours a week, working our asses off to just get by on paying bills, it's not a healthy mindset. And that's part of the reason why I started my window cleaning business, and I'm getting into doing more hobbies. I want to push myself to be able to get out into the woods and, kind of separate myself from people for a little bit. Again, I like coming back in and talking to people and meeting with old friends and stuff, but we need to learn to be independent. I think we need to go back to the ways of being able to be self-sustainable and making money off that, and, supporting ourselves and our families, and taking our time with things. Today is so all about, instant gratification right now. I need it now, and I can get it with money. If I had more money, I can get it now. Money's just another form of energy. It's not worth anything. I personally don't like money. I don't like our current form of money anyway. But there's nothing I can do about that. That's our currency, so I have to use that. And a lot of people fight to have more money, which is unfortunate because I think we need less of it. I don't think people are paid enough, but that's only because the rate of inflation has gone up so much. This house that I'm sitting in right now is not worth what the value is at right now, in my opinion. But I think things need to cost less. The inflation has gone up so bad that it's hard for people to be able to stay in their own homes that they've lived in. It's unfortunate, but that's life. That's a market. That's an economy. But again, I really think that we need to be able to start taking care of ourselves and doing what we feel like is necessary to live, survive, not just live for a paycheck. So many people are deluded with the idea of that they can't see the real picture of everything. That money itself, again with the work mentality, that money itself is what has created depression in a lot of people, I can see. And again, diet, location, who are you around? There's so many aspects. And I'll continue on this, but this was just one thing that I wanted to bring up this morning. I've been thinking about it a lot. And, nobody has a true solution. I think you do. If you're depressed and you're watching this video, you have the answer in yourself, and you will find it. It is tough, I understand. But we are still alive, and we have arms, we have legs. I don't know, if you don't have an arm and a leg, then I'm sorry I had to bring that up, but you just have to learn to look at the positive in life, even if you're in a negative situation, because even the negatives will teach you about yourself. They'll teach you about who you really are and how you react to the world around you and how you control your emotions. And ultimately, when you watch yourself, which is, basically a meditation, if you watch yourself, then you'll start to understand why you are the way that you are, and you might be able to provide yourself the answers. Nobody else can, though. If you want to look towards what people call God, that might be able to. I'm not trying to get religious here. I'm not a religious person, but it's all within you. Don't believe just in yourself. You have to trust humanity, even the dumb people. Not to call anybody dumb, because humans aren't dumb, but collectively we have become dumb, and we have so much more potential. That's again the whole idea behind work, is we have potential, and when we work, when we provide the necessary things for ourselves and for others, we create a better world. It seems like there's just too many people right now caught up in the sinfulness of the world that we all kind of follow along with it, and we've pushed away the idea of God or what people think of as God. Again, I don't believe what people think of as God. I think of it differently, but that's my own personal interpretation. I think we all need to take care of ourselves more. And then, you know, by doing that, we can be a beacon of hope for other people, and they can follow along, you know, in our footsteps and hope to do better themselves. But either way, this is the All Smith, just a little talk this morning, drinking my coffee. Just wanted to get that out. Thank you for watching.